Okay, so the first point that Emily brought up was that giving financial aid to undocumented students is justifying the fact that the parents brought the kids when they were young illegally. But as she was saying, that was the parents' act of bringing their kids to this country. It is the children who grew up in this country and are now older or young adults. They're not really faulty for entering the country illegally. As from a New York Times article by William Perez says that Jacqueline was only 2 years old when she was brought to the U.S. By her parents from Mexico. So really, we can't blame the children for entering the country illegally. If we're going to perhaps penalize the parents for that, that's a whole different topic. That has nothing to do with the kids, because they were not the ones. They were children. They had no control over what their parents did. The second point that she brought up was that the DREAM Act, which me and my partner are supporting, is that the act will increase illegal immigration. And she also mentioned that it is an amnesty. It is by no means an amnesty. First, it would allow undocumented students to have access to financial aid. And by what we mean by financial aid is not really free help. They would only have access to loans, meaning they would have to be paid back. So it's only a temporary investment that will be recovered in the years after they graduate. And another piece of evidence that supports this. So currently we have the California DREAM Act, and that's been in effect for quite a few years now. And according to Martinez from the CNN Cable News Network, about 2,500 students are projected to receive Cal Grants, which totals about $14.5 million, according to the California Department of Finance. The funding amounts to 1% of the overall $1.4 billion Cal Grant program. So when we think about it, the Cal Grant is California spends about $1.4 billion in the Cal Grant program, and undocumented students are only receiving 1% of that money, so it's not very significant. What she's saying, that other students will have less access to that money. And the third point that she brought up was that allowing undocumented students to have access to higher education and the financial means to do so would affect the U.S. citizens who also need access to those resources in order to attend colleges and universities. So what I have to say about that is that really it's not affecting what the amount of financial aid that students are already receiving. If the act was approved, which would be for the whole country, right now we only have the California DREAM Act. And based on that, we can make the assumption that given that not a lot of money is going to undocumented students in California, that would apply to the nation as well. So we wouldn't be really spending that much money. And when Emily also mentioned that by giving access to financial aid to undocumented students, the parents are getting what they came for. And that is, I agree with that. I think that the parents wanted a better life for their children, and that's not something we should penalize people for. And it's not like we're just giving away free money. We're just giving away a means to a goal for those people to attain. a college degree, and they would be able to contribute to the economy, which needs a lot of help. And the fact that she said that US citizens are struggling to pay their loans, that has nothing to do with undocumented students. That's probably just because a lot of people who are spending years and years in universities, they graduate, they are not able to find a job. We can't blame undocumented students for that. Another thing I wanted to say was that Emily mentioned that by allowing undocumented students to eventually become residents, that would allow their parents and their family to become legalized as well. It will take a really long time, as we said, the first period would be like a time of like a testing period to see if they actually meet the requirements to become permanent residents, and that's about 6 years. And after they have that, it will take a while for them to become citizens and eventually benefit their parents. So that's not really something we need to worry about. And once these undocumented students become legalized and they're able to work, they will be able to give back. I mean, currently they already, that's one of the things that I wanted to mention. A lot of students who, in California, they are able to receive financial aid, but in other states they're not able to. And what they do, they work multiple jobs. They look for any kinds of resources they can get to be able to attend school. So, I mean, the fact that they don't have access to financial aid doesn't stop them. And if you think about it, when you imagine all the potential that they have and what they can give to the country, if they were able to actually focus on school as opposed to having to worry about a way to pay for it, it would really benefit everyone. And that is all I have.